January 19, 2025, will be etched in the minds of millions of Americans, particularly the younger generation. This date marked a significant turning point in the digital landscape of the United States. This wasn't just another day. It was the day TikTok, the immensely popular social media platform, went dark in the United States. For many, TikTok was more than just an app. It was a community, a source of joy, and even a livelihood. In the early morning hours as the nation woke up, a sense of dread washed over TikTok enthusiasts. The app, which had become a daily ritual for millions, was suddenly inaccessible. The initial confusion quickly turned into panic as users realized this wasn't a temporary glitch. The app, a source of entertainment, connection, and even income for many, was inaccessible. Content creators who relied on TikTok for their income were particularly hit hard, as their primary platform for engagement and revenue had vanished overnight. News outlets buzzed with updates, confirming the nationwide ban that had been looming for weeks. The media frenzy only added to the chaos, as conflicting reports and speculations flooded the airwaves and social media. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, a Chinese tech giant, had failed to meet the deadline imposed by a law passed by Congress and signed by then-President Biden. The law was a culmination of years of growing concerns over data privacy and national security. This law mandated the sale of TikTok to a U.S. or allied owner, citing national security and data privacy concerns. ByteDance's inability to secure a deal in time led to the app's abrupt shutdown. The deadline had passed and the axe had fallen. The digital silence was deafening and the impact was immediate and widespread. The day took an unexpected turn as former President Donald Trump, never one to shy away from the spotlight, entered the fray. His involvement added a new layer of complexity to an already tumultuous situation. With his trademark flair for dramatic pronouncements, Trump took to his social media platform, Truth Social, with a simple yet powerful message: save TikTok. The internet erupted. His post ignited a firestorm of reactions, with supporters and critics alike weighing in. Was Trump, the same man who had initially threatened the app with a ban during his presidency, now its unlikely savior? The irony was not lost on anyone, and the public was divided on his motives and the potential outcomes. The answer, it seemed, was a resounding yes. In a surprising twist, Trump announced an executive order delaying the ban and proposed a joint venture that would see TikTok operating under U.S. ownership. This move was seen by many as a strategic play to regain favor with younger voters and the tech-savvy demographic. In a whirlwind of activity, Trump announced an executive order delaying the ban and proposed a joint venture that would see TikTok operating under U.S. ownership. Negotiations began immediately, with several American companies expressing interest in acquiring a stake in the platform. By day's end, the unthinkable had happened. TikTok was back online, much to the relief of its millions of American users. The digital landscape had shifted once again, and the roller coaster ride of emotions had come to a temporary halt. For now, TikTok's American saga had a happy ending, but the future remained uncertain. At the heart of the TikTok saga lies a complex web of national security concerns and data privacy issues. The app, which has taken the world by storm with its short, engaging videos, has found itself at the center of a geopolitical tug-of-war. The app's Chinese ownership, specifically its link to ByteDance, had long been a source of apprehension for U.S. officials. ByteDance, a Beijing-based tech giant, owns TikTok, and this connection has raised red flags in the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. The concern stemmed from the potential for the Chinese government to access the vast trove of data collected by TikTok, which boasts over 170 million users in the U.S. alone. This massive user base means an equally massive amount of data, which could be a treasure trove for any entity looking to gather intelligence. This data, ranging from user demographics and browsing history to facial recognition data, and even keystroke patterns, presented a potential goldmine for intelligence gathering. The sheer volume and variety of data collected by TikTok is staggering, and it includes highly sensitive information that could be exploited in numerous ways. The fear was that the Chinese government could pressure ByteDance, under Chinese law, to hand over this data, potentially compromising the privacy and security of American citizens. Chinese laws require companies to comply with government requests for data, and this has fueled fears that TikTok could be used as a tool for espionage. Adding fuel to the fire were concerns about TikTok's powerful algorithm, which personalizes content for each user. This algorithm is designed to keep users engaged by showing them content tailored to their interests, but it also raises questions about how this data is used and who has access to it. Critics worried that this algorithm could be manipulated to spread propaganda or misinformation, subtly influencing public opinion and potentially interfering with U.S. elections. The ability to shape the information landscape in such a targeted way is a powerful tool, and in the wrong hands, it could have serious implications for democracy and national security. Trump's surprise intervention, a blend of political maneuvering and a keen understanding of the app's cultural significance, threw TikTok a lifeline. His executive order, announced amidst a flurry of tweets and pronouncements, effectively halted the ban's implementation, buying TikTok precious time. The executive order served as a temporary reprieve, signaling a shift in the political landscape and paving the way for a potential long-term solution. Trump, never one to miss an opportunity, also used the situation to his advantage, presenting himself as the savior of TikTok, a move likely to resonate with younger voters. Central to Trump's proposed solution was the creation of a joint venture, a strategic partnership between ByteDance and an American company. This new entity, with a majority U.S. ownership stake, would alleviate national security concerns by ensuring that TikTok's U.S. operations and user data remained firmly under American control. To fully grasp the complexities of the TikTok saga, it's crucial to rewind to the original law that set the stage for the January 19th drama. This law didn't just appear out of nowhere, it was the culmination of growing concerns over the years about data privacy and national security. The debate around TikTok, a popular social media app owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, had been simmering for quite some time. Passed by Congress and signed into law by President Biden, this bipartisan legislation reflected the growing unease surrounding TikTok's Chinese ownership. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle came together, recognizing the potential risks associated with a foreign entity having access to vast amounts of American user data. The legislation was seen as a necessary step to protect national interests. The law, a product of months of debate and deliberation, aimed to address the perceived national security and data privacy risks posed by TikTok. Lawmakers argued that the app could potentially be used for espionage or to influence American public opinion. The discussions were intense, with experts testifying about the potential dangers and the need for stringent measures. It provided a clear ultimatum to ByteDance sell TikTok to a U.S. or allied owner by a specific deadline, or face a complete ban within the United States. This ultimatum was not just a suggestion but a firm directive, backed by the full force of the law. ByteDance was now in a race against time to find a suitable buyer, a task easier said than done given the complexities involved in such a high-stakes negotiation. While the Biden administration had inherited the TikTok issue, it had largely remained on the sidelines, choosing not to intervene in the enforcement of the ban. This decision was strategic, allowing the administration to focus on other pressing issues while still maintaining a stance on national security. The administration's approach was seen by some as a way to let the market forces play out, hoping that a resolution would emerge organically. This hands-off approach, interpreted by some as tacit approval of the ban, placed the onus on ByteDance to find a suitable buyer within the stipulated time frame. The clock was ticking, and the pressure was mounting. ByteDance had to navigate a complex landscape of potential buyers, regulatory hurdles, and geopolitical tensions. The outcome of this saga would not only impact TikTok's future, but also set a precedent for how similar cases might be handled in the future. The TikTok ban, far from being a black-and-white issue, exposed deep divisions within the U.S. political landscape. While national security concerns transcended party lines, the proposed solutions and the role of former President Trump injected a healthy dose of political wrangling into the equation. Some Republican senators, for instance, voiced strong opposition to any extension of the ban. They argued that a complete separation from China was the only way to guarantee national security and prevent potential data breaches. These hardliners viewed any compromise, including Trump's proposed joint venture, as a risky concession that could leave the U.S. vulnerable. This stance highlighted the ongoing debate within the Republican Party regarding China. While some favored a more aggressive approach, advocating for a complete decoupling from the Chinese economy and a hard line on trade, others saw potential for cooperation and engagement.